You are born screaming, and already you are dying. They wrap you in linen so fine it could have fed a village for a year, but it cannot hide what you are. The product of calculated incest, a carefully bred defect masquerading as divinity. Your father married his half-sister. Your grandfather did the same. This is not romance, this is livestock management. The pure bloodline they whisper about in the corridors is a genetic catastrophe, and you are its latest victim. By age 7, your feet hurt. Not the dull ache of a growing child, but the deep, gnawing pain of bone dying inside your flesh. Curler disease, though they will never call it that. The physicians will mumble about humours and apply poultices of honey and mouldy bread. But you know the truth when you see your reflection in the polished copper. Your left foot turns inward, and you will never run like a normal boy. They give you a cane. You are 7 years old, and you walk like your grandfather. But you must learn the chariot anyway. They strap you into the war machine at dawn, your twisted foot throbbing with every jolt of the wheels. The master of horses does not care that you bit through your lip to keep from crying. You are Horus on earth, and Horus does not weep. So you learn to hold the reins with hands too soft for warfare, and you dream of the scribe school, the one place where sitting down is not a humiliation. The irony is exquisite. While the sons of merchants beg to avoid the house of books, you envy them. You sit in the great hall copying tax records, 3,000 jars of grain from the gnome of the hare, while your body screams for rest. Your tutor strikes your knuckles when you slump. A king stands straight, he hisses. But your spine is already beginning to curve from the genetic rot within. At night, alone in your chamber, you press your face into the linen and allow yourself a single, silent sob. The gold leaf on the walls reflects nothing back. They crown you on a morning thick with incense, frankincense, and myrrh burning in quantities that would bankrupt a city. The smoke is meant to lift prayers to the heavens, but it only makes you dizzy. You are 19, and you are about to become a god. The double crown is heavier than you imagined, red for Lower Egypt, white for Upper Egypt, melded together in a union that crushed thousands beneath chariot wheels 3 centuries ago. They settle it on your shaved skull, and your neck immediately begins to ache. The false beard, that braided monstrosity of horsehair and gold wire, hangs from your chin like a noose. It itches. The bull's tail, symbol of strength and fertility, dangles from your belt, slapping against your twisted leg with each step. You are a costume. A very expensive, very uncomfortable costume. But the theatre demands commitment. You must perform the ritual race before the assembled court, the priests, the foreign dignitaries who came to witness the continuity of cosmic order. You limp in a circle around the courtyard while they chant. Your foot screams. The tail swings. Somewhere in the crowd, a Nubian ambassador tries not to laugh. This is your life now. 30 years pass. You have survived wars, famines, 3 assassination attempts, and the slow death of your teeth from bread mixed with desert sand. You have fathered 17 children with 6 wives, 2 of whom were your sisters, buried 9 of those children, and watched your body decay in ways that would horrify the peasants who worship you. And now, the Heb-Sed, the renewal festival, the test of divine potency. You are 49 years old, your mouth is full of abscesses, and you must run, actually run, to prove you are not too senile to maintain the cosmic order. Because if you fail, the precedent is clear. Pepi II reigned too long, grew weak, and the Nile turned to dust. Famine, cannibalism, the collapse of the old kingdom. No pressure. They dress you in the archaic kilt, The kind your ancestors wore when Egypt was still mud huts and crocodile gods. You grip your cane. Yes, you are allowed the cane, a small mercy, and you shuffle to the starting line. The priests watch. The court watches. The gods, presumably, watch. You run. It is grotesque. Your breath comes in ragged gasps. Your foot drags. The bull's tail feels like it weighs 20 pounds. But you complete the circuit, 40 yards maybe, and collapse onto the throne. The crowd erupts. Cosmic order is preserved. The Nile will flood. You taste blood. You've bitten through your cheek. They call the palace the House of Millions of Years, but it smells like a crypt. Your morning begins with the inner kitchen, where servants prepare your breakfast. Bread, beer, roasted duck. The bread is the problem. Egyptian wheat is ground on stone, and no matter how fine they sieve it, desert sand remains. You have been eating this bread for 50 years, and your teeth are ground to nubs. 3 molars are gone, the rest are abscessed. The pain is constant, a dull throb that flares into agony when you chew. The royal physician, Pashed, a nervous man with ink-stained fingers, applies myrrh paste to your gums. It does nothing. He suggests extraction, but you refuse. A toothless pharaoh is a contradiction in terms. So you drink. Beer in the morning, wine by noon, more wine at night. It dulls the pain. It also dulls your judgment, but that is a problem for your successor. After breakfast, the humiliation begins. The shepherd of the anus, yes, that is his actual title, arrives with his basket of horrors. Enemas, purging, ritual cleansing to maintain the divine purity required for temple duty. You are a god, and yet a man is paid a princely salary to inspect your bowels. You stare at the ceiling while he works, counting the painted stars. Somewhere in the palace, your wives are plotting. The harem is not a paradise. It is a political minefield wrapped in silk. T, your great royal wife, controls the household accounts. Merit, your second wife and half-sister, controls the textile workshops. Meferet, the Nubian, controls, well, you are not entirely sure what she controls, but she is definitely dangerous. And then there is the concubine from the harem conspiracy of the 12th year of your reign. She tried to poison you with a cake laced with powdered lotus and arsenic. She failed. You had her strangled quietly and her name erased from every record. Just like the algorithm will erase this video from history, unless you leave a like right now to preserve its memory. But you know there are others. There are always others. You die on a Tuesday, in your sleep, probably from an abscess that finally breached into your bloodstream. Sepsis. The priests will call it joining the sun bark. You call it mercy. They have 70 days to prepare you. First, they remove your brain. A bronze hook, inserted through your nose, whisked around until the grey matter liquefies. They pour it out like spoiled milk. Your brain, the thing that wrote poetry, that calculated taxation rates, that dreamed of a normal childhood, dribbles into a basin and is thrown away. The embalmers are efficient. They make an incision in your left side, remove your organs, and pack them in canopic jars. Your heart stays. They will need it for the weighing ceremony. Then they cover you in natron, the white salt that will dry you into something that no longer rots. You lie there for 40 days, desiccating. On the 70th day, they wrap you. Linen strips, hundreds of yards, soaked in resin. Between the layers, they place amulets for protection. They place the double crown on your wrapped head one last time. The false beard is wired to your jaw. The opening of the mouth ceremony comes next. The priest, your own son, his eyes red from weeping, or maybe just exhaustion, touches your lips with an adze made from meteoritic iron. The metal from the sky, the bone of fallen stars. You live again, he chants. You do not. 300 years later, they come for you. The tomb has been looted twice already, the silver, the furniture, the Ushapti figures. But your gold remains, melted onto your skin by centuries of resin. The priests of the 21st dynasty, bureaucrats in borrowed authority, pry open your sarcophagus. They are not here to save you, they are here to recycle. Butehamun, the head of the Restoration Commission, catalogues your jewelry with the enthusiasm of a tax collector. The gold pectoral? Melted down for the state treasury. The golden sandals? Repurposed for the current pharaoh's statue. They rewrap you in cheaper linen, the budget is tight, and dump you in a mass cache with 40 other kings. You, who commanded armies and built temples, end your existence in a cave with Ramesses II using your skull as a pillow. The ultimate indignity, they misspell your name on the new coffin. You were born a defect and died a commodity. In between, you played the role of a god, and the performance nearly killed you, decades before the sepsis did. The linen rots, the gold is elsewhere, the temples crumble, but the desert remembers. You were never divine. You were only, ever, spectacularly mortal. And the sand has all the time in the world to forget you.